close. What did you take away from the game overall tonight?
It's just a playoff-like game. I don't think we like those guys. They don't like us. It's good. We play so well for 59 minutes, and then whether we take a penalty or we just have that 10-second lapse where we give up a rush and it ends up in our net. But solid effort tonight, and despite the loss, overtime 4-on-3 is tough, but a lot of good takeaways from tonight.
It looked like you guys were getting a lot of time in that fourth-line situation, starting the game, starting the third period in that.
Yeah.
What do you make of just the way you kind of connected with Camp and Lafferty tonight?
We've been rolling here for the last, 3 or 4 games. It's easy to play when the head coach believes in you, and the rest of the team does as well, and they're expecting you to get the momentum. I thought we did a good job of that tonight. Boston's a team that comes out so hot, so Sammy bailed us out in the beginning for his 5 minutes, but I thought we grabbed a hold of it there, and wasn't too big of a deal after that.
Looked like both you and Sam were kind of setting the tone with the hits there. I know that's been a lot of the message there, but also in addition to that, you're also getting the offense. Sam goes and you find him across the ice for a goal, at least the first one to start the game.
Mm-hmm. They kind of go hand in hand. I mean, when you start the game off physical, it's more of a mindset thing. The D are going to be weary to go back for pucks and not want to take a hit, or the wingers on the wall don't want to get hit, so they kind of just throw it away quick. So that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Obviously, played a good game, and kind of couldn't have went either way there. It was great to be back. It's the most fun I had in a long time. Just being able to be out there and being that competitive, especially against that team. Just a real tight game. It was tight everywhere, and it was really. Felt great to be back. Overall for my game, I thought, did some good things. Still was kind of fighting the puck a bit. Timing was a little off in certain things, but for the most part, it felt great. Just got to clean up a few things, but it's nice. We got four more to kind of fine tune it before playoffs. But I thought it was good. First one coming out.
Is that where you just rely on instincts, or like some of the puck battles and stuff you were doing there to kind of move the puck forward, like in tight and things like that?
Just kind of like those times I had more time and forcing a player, puck was coming to me and just mishandled. Kind of those little things, just getting the feel of the game back, which I didn't really like, but. Overall, I think it progressed. The more the game went on, the better I felt. So it's something to build off of for sure.
What do you make of being selected for that overtime situation? We've seen different mixes in there, but you going out there to at least start that session and kind of how things kind of went from there to the very end.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a draw I got to kind of win, especially with my role here. It's I got to win that draw, get possession and such. But it's nice to see this confidence in me to go out there and again, Bergeron takes me wide there next year. You got to take a penalty and such like that. So I didn't like that. I think that's something, again, I'm better at it. I know how to kind of defend better than that. But, it's nice to see his confidence in me there.
What do you make of Ilya's performance now with Matt not around? There's a lot that's kind of expected of him going forward here, and pretty tight game kind of working on until the very end.
Yeah, he deserved that win. I thought he made some huge saves, especially early too. They came out hard, and he kind of kept us right there until we kind of got our feet under us and such. But the whole game, he played a great game. He gave up 2 goals to that team, which is a very, very dynamic and hard-working team. So he played very good tonight.
Is that a playoff style feel for you guys out there against him?
It's as close as it can to be. Playoffs is always different, but I had that feel. You saw how tight it was. Both ends of the ice, the way you guys tracked, the way you guys stopped on puck. There was no easy battles out there, and that's fun. That's the playoff. It's getting towards that. And you can see that I had that feel tonight, and. It's disappointing we don't have the 2 points, but, there's a lot of good things we did.
Are they a heavier team than they were in 19 when you obviously had success against them with the Blues?
That's kind of, I think, the second time I've seen them this year. I think, there's still, it's tough to kind of compare it, but it's, they do have some heavy physical as well. A lot of similarities, but like I said, they're a little different in ways, and some physicality, some bigger guys over there that are very effective.
Sam, it's not the result you wanted, but what did you make of your game tonight?
I thought, it was a really hard-fought game, playoff style, and, we competed hard for 60 minutes and overtime too. So I think we're really starting to find the style we need to play, and overall I thought it was just, really hard-fought effort.
I know you're not a stranger dropping out the gloves, but that looked like it wasn't something you started. It was just a clean hit. What do you make of that situation when you're kind of thrown into that after a hit that you kind of have to go right back in the battle there?
Yeah, it was maybe hit looked a little worse. Just kind of maybe turned at the last second, and I was already committed to hit it. And at that point, you kind of expect someone to come in. So, that stuff happens. It's part of the game.
What did you see on the goal getting set up? Did you kind of sense that you can kind of get into that spot for Tracer to get a team?
It was an unbelievable play. I just went to the net, and just the puck just was right on my tape. So, credit to Reese, unbelievable play.
Yesterday, Sheldon was talking about how finding some stability in your role is going to kind of help you the rest of the way forward. Now that you've kind of settled into this kind of spot, do you kind of feel like that's going to help your game kind of go between now and the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. It's a pretty clear role. I know exactly what's asked of me, so it's nice. I think there's a good foundation right now with our line and lots to build on.
What stands out about David Camp in that line for you guys?
He kind of does it all for us. He is good in the face-off circle. He wins his battles. He's just seems like he's always in the right spot to support the puck, to break it out, and in the O-zone too. So he's a horse. He's really easy to play with.
Ilya, it's not the result you wanted, but what did you make of your performance tonight?
Tight game. To first division team. Just to play hard. Both teams has a good defenseman, offensive zone. Good game. Yeah. Again, before a playoff. Then we more and more see this game. Then more easy for us play in a playoff.
When you, I know when you look at some other teams that you play, you look at the opposing goalies and how good they are, and you kind of measure yourself up. How do you feel where do you feel your game's at now as you get closer to the playoffs?
I didn't watch another team.
No,
It's a good game. I like it. I'm play compact right now, no panic. My arms is work, my legs, I feel pretty good in the game. We'll see what's going on in the future. I'm just live game by game, day by day, and we'll see. We'll see if we have 4 more games before important time start, and we need to just back home tomorrow and game against Montreal. Just us focus right now.
What did you make of the tying goal there? It looked like play was almost out, and then you kind of have to get reset back in.
Last goal.
The tying one, the 1-1 goal.
First goal.
The first one.
I don't know. We get some turnover, in the zone, and he's got a lot of time for a shoot, for see me what I will do, and just a good shot. It's hard to get because I'm trying to up my feet a little bit. I'm touch some puck, but this is NHL league. If these guys have space and the time, mostly guys will be scoring.
Well, Sheldon, what did you make of that game tonight?
Thought our guys played incredibly hard. It took us a little bit to adjust to the opponent. Obviously, it's a much different game here than we've played of late, certainly than we played last game. But I thought our guys played real hard. That's a big point for us.
You started the game with the fourth line, the third period with the fourth line as well. It looked like they were kind of clicking as well. What did you like out of their games particularly?
Well, those guys have been excellent for a number of games now. They're playing hard, they're fast, they're strong defensively. They've been producing and scoring for us as they did again here tonight in the game in which it was extremely hard to generate any sort of offense either way. So they've been great.
Given the level of the opponent and kind of before the season talking about maybe what the fourth line was going to kind of look like in the future, is that kind of the identity you were kind of looking at?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just from a physical standpoint, is it the hitting combined with the ability to score the right goals?
It's not even so much. It's just the pressure on the puck. It's playing smart, playing connected as a group of 3. They're advancing the puck. They're putting pressure on the opponent. They're getting the puck to the net and getting rewarded for it. And then when it's time to defend, they're great defenders. So they're in the confidence of the coach that when they're out there, they're going to either do good things or they're not going to allow anything bad to happen. So they've really come together here for the last few games, and you can see that momentum continuing.
We talked about Sam Lafferty this morning, kind of his comfort level. Did you see that through stretches here tonight?
Yeah, for sure. He was excellent tonight. I mean, he's skating with a puck, but he's putting pressure on the opposition. He's physical tonight. Draws a fight, which draws a power play for us. He scores a huge goal. You can't ask much more from what those guys are bringing in for us right now.
What did you make of Ryan O'Reilly's return in there? It looked like there were certain times where with puck battles and things like that, they kind of made a difference for you guys.
I thought he's great. And you're playing an opponent like that tonight, you need to have playoff-like habits, like we talked about, whether it's first game or not. He comes right in and just plays the game with such intelligence and put the puck to good spots. He was good on the battle. Yeah, he was really good today. I thought his minutes were a little low in the first period. I tried to get him up a little bit higher. I think we don't have a lot of time to get him back up to speed in terms of the conditioning. So I tried to double him up and get him back out there. But I thought he dealt with that all really well. It's great to have him.
Did those playoff-like habits kind of extend to more than just what we see out on the ice?
Yeah. He's the most local guy that we have on the bench. He's talking nonstop. So it's just a great presence for us. Makes a big difference having him in there.
Did getting the minutes, was that also going into the decision to have him in overtime as well, or was that just a feel thing?
Well, it's obviously we've been starting Camper a lot in overtime situations, and it's a similar mindset for us. I believe in the previous overtime we've had with O'Reilly in the lineup, I did the exact same thing.
And what did you make of Ilya's performances in another game now where, without Matt around, he's going to be counted on a lot and keeps you guys in for a long period?
Yeah, he's solid. Very solid. So there's not a lot of offense to go around for either team here tonight. Both teams defended incredibly hard. But he was solid. Didn't let anything in that he shouldn't. And in games like this, that's what you're asking for.
It looks like you guys have now locked in number 2. What does that mean for you guys to have home ice advantage here, knowing, and the preparation?
Yeah, I don't know where the Tampa game is at, but it's another checkpoint, if you will. Like we talked about when you clinch the playoffs, clinch the playoff spot. That's an accomplishment along the way, and that feels good when there's still runway left. And getting home ice, where, like I said, whether it happens tonight or whether we can earn it, the remaining games, it's another thing that you're in the position to do that in a very competitive division. So you might as well make that happen too. And tonight's a big point on the road here for us against a very good team in a building in which it's extremely difficult to come away with anything. So it's a good night for us.
Thanks, Sheldon.